Hey guys, Darren Miles Photography, based here in beautiful, sunny Southwest Florida. This is a quick hit video. I just want to show you the power of the Tamron 18 to 300s f3.5 to f6.3. I want to show you how powerful the zooming is on this particular lens. It's pretty amazing. Behind me, you can see it back there. There is a billboard way off in the distance, just above my finger right there. What I'm going to do right now is there's some lettering on the very lower left-hand corner of that billboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom this thing. I'm going to start at 18 millimeters. I'm going to go to 100 millimeters, 200 millimeters, and 300 millimeters. I'm going to try to focus on that lettering on the lower left-hand corner of that billboard to show off how powerful the zoom is. This is a quick hit video before I do the full review of this thing, but I really want to show you the kind of power that is available to us if you purchase a lens like this. It does have a variable aperture. Typically, super long zooms like this don't have the greatest image quality in the world, but I think you might be pleasantly surprised by a few aspects of this lens beyond just the supreme 16.6 times zoom capability. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so what you're going to see here is how powerful this particular lens is, going from 18 to 100 to 200 to 300. We're going to go into Lightroom and take a look at these pictures real quick, and this is a video before the full-blown review, just to kind of give you an idea as to what this thing can do. So first up is 18 millimeters. So let's take a look at this real quick. This is obviously on the very wide end of this particular lens. You can see the billboard is right here. It's way off in the distance. But let's go ahead and just zoom in on that 300%. You'll note we're at 1/400th of a second. ISO is 80, f5.6, 18 millimeters. Just going to zoom in quite a bit. The lettering is right here. Obviously, at this distance, the lens is being out-resolved, or there aren't enough megapixels to resolve something that's that wide and that far away. But that's 18 millimeters. But all in, this is not too bad. Not seeing a ton of distortion. It's actually reasonably well controlled. Color, everything looks pretty good to me. So that's 18 millimeters. Now, mind you, this is a very tight zoom ring. And as I went to 100 millimeters, you'll note that I'm actually at 100.6 millimeters. And here again, we're a little tighter on the billboard. You can see that the resolution is definitely getting a little bit better. It's a little bit shaky right there. You can see a little bit of noise and a little bit, that's probably from the IS system. This is on a tripod, but zoomed in at 300%. It looks like it's a little bit shaky right there on the lower left-hand corner of that billboard. But in general, the resolution looks pretty good. Zooming in again, it says 218 millimeters. I was on the 200 millimeter mark, but still not too bad. You get the idea here. It's still a little bit noisy, but as we get to that lower left-hand corner, the smaller lettering here, it's pretty legible and reasonably sharp, especially at that distance. And then finally, 300 millimeters, we're zooming in over here to the lettering. I mean, that's pretty darn good. You all know how far away that billboard was. This is a downright impressive performance. This thing is like a telescope. Now, is it brilliantly, amazingly sharp? No, not really. But is it sharp enough? Sure. I think for most enthusiasts, they won't have a problem with this at all. I've taken the camera with the lens into the studio, and I gotta be honest, it's not nearly as sharp as some of my professional lenses, but I think a lot of us like to split hairs in the photography world, and I think that there's a level of image quality that's probably good enough for most people, unless you are super discerning and you have a client that's super discerning. But overall, I think this particular lens, being the telescope that it is, to go from here at 18 millimeters all the way to here at 300 millimeters is really impressive. It's just the versatility and the amount or the number of options you have with a lens like this are just limitless. It's actually really impressive, again, for what it is.